So there I am, top of this high rise, meeting with Jack and the executive team and looking at helping them launch this new retreat idea, this new concept. Welcome to episode 88. So I was sitting in an office. This would have been probably, 5 years ago, perhaps. Sitting in an office, top floor of a high-rise building down in central business district of Sydney. So sort of CBD, right? In Sydney, for those of you that are not familiar with the city, it's surrounded by the Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, and lots of beautiful harbour views. So you can imagine sitting right up at the top of a high rise, staring out this incredible view. And there I am in a meeting. So for over 10 years, I have been a speaker and a mentor, and also on their podcast a few times as well, for a business called The Entourage. Now, The Entourage is a business that trains entrepreneurs how to grow and scale their businesses. So I've been around that group and sort of worked with their members for a very long time. And I think it's 5 years ago, roughly, but about 5 years ago, the CEO called me in for a meeting, and he wanted to talk to me because they were going to start running some retreats. And as you guys, those of you that have been along with me on the journey throughout this podcast, you would have heard me talk about the Billionaire Adventure Club before, which is where for a few years, I, with a co-founder, took business owners all over the world, mostly to developing countries, to basically start projects and do social entrepreneurialism and work and give back our resources and sometimes funds as well. So I had a great deal of, expertise in pulling together these types of retreats and running them and recruiting the right people to attend, including the members as well as the special guests. And because of my long relationship with the CEO and also with the entourage, Jack called me in, the CEO. So there I am, top of this high rise, meeting with Jack and the executive team and looking at helping them launch this new retreat idea, this new concept. Just freely talking about my experiences, like sharing the trips, sharing my formula of what we did on the trips to combine experiences with learning and networking and how we would make people together, all sorts of really cool conversations. So I'm sitting there with the team and I'm explaining this. And all of a sudden, Jack leans over to me and he says to me, "Heather, you are so humble." And he said it as a compliment. And I just sat there and I started wondering, is that like a good thing to get ahead in life? Is it good to be humble? It's one of those words that people throw around all the time. And it's like, be humble. Or is it a good trait? Does it help you get ahead in life and business? I kind of left that meeting and I wasn't really sure. And being kind of the nerdy person I am, I Googled, what does it mean to be humble? Because I wanted to sort of, the word just was hanging on to me a little bit. I was like, what is this good? Is it bad? So the definition, you guys, of being humble is this. A humble person is not proud and does not believe that they are better than other people. And so in my opinion, yeah, I would take that as a compliment. But I also would think that that is one of the most important traits of a good leader as well. So I was really quite chuffed that he had said that to me and was trying to think why, because I just freely was giving information to him in this meeting. And, I didn't really think anything of it. So guys, here's a few points to be more humble. You can also kind of check yourself against these as well to see if you are these things. Now, number 1, ask for advice or help. Is that something that you do? You celebrate and empower others. You forgive and seek forgiveness. You practice the art of listening. You stay open to feedback. You accept praise and criticism with grace. And you practice generosity. And of course, there's going to be a lot more checklists and traits and things online to think about this. But I felt like that there was a nice little clean list to just measure your humility and to see if maybe that's you. Because again, I feel like it is a time in our world right now where maybe more of us need to practice humility and grace. So I'll leave you with a quote by Rick Warren, and it simply says this: humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in as always, and I will speak to you soon.